Hi, my name is Sargis Yakubian, and I'm going to present disaster recovery and continuity plan for XYZ accounting. I'm going to follow this following agenda with described in my table of contact. I will cover business continuity plan and disaster recovery plan. Purpose and scope of business continuity plan is to oversee unforeseen events which occur outside of a range of normal operations that may disrupt the company's ability to operate. With the detailed planning and feedback from our team, we want to ensure that the XYZ accounting is prepared to deal with any unusual event. Our key people are identified with their responsibilities. General manager, chief information security officer, and chief accountant will be in charge of developing plans and supervising roles and responsibilities of our team managers in order to be ready for any unforeseen events. Tasks to department managers also defined, which includes development of department business continuity plans, maintain and update business continuity plans twice a year, test continuity plans twice a year, and train their team members to execute the business continuity plan. Also, department managers will be responsible for updating necessary inventory lists and requesting IT resources for their respective department. Disaster recovery and continuity plans should be tested no later than January 31st and June 30th of each year. The detailed report of the action, reaction, and counteraction should be submitted to general manager no later than February 15th and July 15th of each year. And report should confirm that the senior management is aware of what happened and how the plan was reviewed, updated, and tested. Our priority table for mission critical applications and processes and resources includes the following classifications: urgent, high, medium, and low, which also includes the description why this specific event is critical for our operations. In case of downtime is longer than 8 hours, then we will set up work from home for our employees like we did during the COVID-19 epidemic. We also have dedicated 20 laptops, mobile workstations, pre-installed Windows 10, and Microsoft Office 365, which will ensure that our operations are continued at home and our employees will have appropriate software and licenses in order to operate and connect to internet. Our inventory equipment and supplies list includes starting from printers, cartridges, uninterrupted power supplies, authentication keys, SSD hard drives, fire extinguishers, mouse, color printers, and all other equipment necessary for our daily operations, including headphones and alarm systems. Backup and recovery. We have two types of backups scheduled for our businesses. It's a daily incremental backups, end of each day, and weekly full backups at night. We also do use for cloud backup as a separate storage Amazon Web Services cloud backup, which encrypts our backup data using encryption keys managed by Amazon Web Services key management service. And we also have a network attached storage, and also we work on a virtual environment that will be ready end of this year. Following vulnerabilities will be identified in our companies, which is human error, and most of the time is using personal computers or personal smartphone to access company resources, which should be restricted. Most of the time, our employees use weak passwords, which should be enforced that as well. We also vulnerable on phishing, malware, and cryptojacking. Recovery and detection. The triggers for our plan are identified, and the threats for our business includes distributed denial of service attacks, phishing, and social engineering. We do use attack detection software, which managed by SolarWinds network management system. For the user training, our focus is to ensure that our employees understand and follow IT security rules. In our sessions, we will also explain the following, like the need for restricted guidelines and limiting personal devices, the importance of strong passwords, and demonstrating them how easy or how difficult to guess their passwords if they are using any, for example, any common words or anything easy to figure out. And also our main goal will be to educate our users and our employees to identify and understand the phishing attacks. In our sessions, we use one-to-one user training method, which is proven to be effective in our company. It's kind of informal approach, but in a friendly atmosphere, and our employees are showing high interest in learning and following procedures. Our main goal during the testing is to check if our plan is viable, uncover weaknesses, and ensure that we tested all possible scenarios. Usually for every testing, we develop different courses of actions, and starting from most probable, most dangerous, and most easiest one, like just to make sure that we can think of and follow the IT industry and also financial accounting industry to identify the most common vulnerabilities and types of attacks that can happen or disasters. And also after action review, we dedicate a good portion of time for this section, and also retesting, which can help us to ensure that our vulnerability or the issue that we found is fixed. Disaster recovery plan. In the disaster recovery plan, I'm going to cover about our main goal, which is to create comprehensive disaster recovery plan and to ensure that in our company, in XYZ company, all computer systems are backed up and we will quickly recover from any incident or disaster. And our goal is to resume normal operations in 48 hours. And we will also cover some areas that we will need to address during the case of disaster as well. Our intent for testing and rehearsal, in this case, like to discover flaws in our plan and resolve identified vulnerabilities before it can impact our ability to restore necessary operations. Disaster recovery testing is essential for our company since we deal with customer sensitive information and need to provide them reliable service. Regular scheduled testing is the only way to ensure that the XYZ disaster recovery team can restore company operations quickly following the incident. Disaster recovery training and awareness includes the following topics, which is introduction to disaster recovery, concept of disasters, introduction to business continuity, disaster recovery processing plans, risk management techniques, infrastructure protection during the disaster period, and also data recovery and incident response. It is highly important for our employees to ensure that they will have a clear understanding of main concepts of disaster terminologies, natural disasters, natural and human-made disasters, and how to manage emergencies. Plan triggers for our disaster recovery plan are identified as earthquake, flood, hurricane, cyber attack, service failure, company computer or data theft, which we have a special guidance for our employees how to report and what's the time limit in order to make sure that we can find the device or to remotely erase it. So no company information will be disclosed or will be available on unauthorized sites. For the plan distribution, we identified that we will need to have a hard copies distributed to management and disaster recovery team members. The pocket guidelines, like laminated pages for all our employees, will have it. We also designed and posted infographics in our offices, hallways, and meetings, like demonstrated in our slide, with the guidance how to and where to evacuate during any disaster or any unforeseen event. Primary objectives during the response phase is to ensure that there will be no chaos, and the designated team will provide immediate assistance to the affected parts of the business and employees. The response phase will include guiding the employees, establishing temporary office location, ensuring that backups are available for deployment, and typical business lifecycle will not be affected. The primary focus is to provide a solution that will stop the incident and will ensure that the damage will be the minimum. The response phase also covers the following objectives, like the incident identification, notification and alert, and also action, which is any unforeseen event, and it should be quickly identified and proper response should be executed. All action response will include contacting law enforcement and emergency services, and XYZ accounting employees will be notified about further actions by their managers. Primary objectives during the recovery phase also will cover, we will ensure that actually quick recovery and return to normal operations are available to us, and the equipment is ready to use in any location. It will be our permanent location or temporary location that will be identified by general manager. Also, all licenses, software licenses, computers, backups will be available to immediate unpacking and ensure availability to maintain our daily operations. The phone and mail services during the emergencies, Chief Information Security Officer will be the one who will organizing it. During the emergencies, USPS, FedEx, UPS, and other mail delivery services should be notified about the new address. Mail delivery services should be instructed when and how to make deliveries during the emergency and recovery. And we should actually plan meeting and review procedures in this section as well. The financial services are also important for our employees in this situation, because we need to continue providing them a payroll, fund transfers, and also to have phone numbers and contact details for property, casualty, life, and health insurance policies as well. And here's a list of point of contacts for our disaster recovery team: general manager, chief information officer, help desk manager, vendor point of contact, HR manager, and internal audit manager. Those are the identified team leaders who are a part of disaster recovery team, and they have specific responsibilities to act during the disaster or any unforeseen event. For any questions, feel free to reach out to me by emailing me, sargis@xyzaccounting.com. My office phone number is 916-916-2021, or we can address any questions during our follow-up meetings. This was the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day.